welcome to your Bradley Beat. I'm Kathy Davini,
And I'm Sissy Figglestaller.
and we're so excited to be here this week. It's a beautiful weather time for us in Cleveland, Tennessee. We've got a lot going on. I know Sissy's got kids everywhere. What are your kids involved in right now before school starts back?
Well, our oldest works at the country club, but he's been caddying out at the honors in Ottawa.
That's hot,
So that's
isn't
been
it?
fun. Yeah, I got one that's in football. He's doing a football scrimmage. 2 are at Boy Scout camp.
Nice.
Yeah,
Wait,
everybody's busy.
doesn't your husband go and do and get involved in all of that?
The Boy Scouts?
Yeah.
I'm the Boy Scout person.
I thought your husband did that at
He
one
does all the
time.
sports.
He does the sports.
He does sports with the kids. I do Boy Scouts.
So I did that with Liza, and we had the best time camping and
Aw.
archery and all of that stuff. Do you guys do all of that stuff?
They do all of that, yeah. And our 2 oldest just went and did Philmont. They hiked over 100 miles and backpacked.
Wow.
So it was a lot, yeah.
Goodness. And
More-
did you do that?
No, I don't think I'm capable.
I think you could do anything, Sissy.
Oh, you're sweet. I'm like a little too high maintenance. I like showers. I like to be clean.
Yeah, I like
You know.
that too. Well, moving on with the show, let's talk about some things going on in Cleveland. So AMC has a summer movie camp going on tomorrow. And next week, the Salvation Army has a showcase of music on Friday night, which is kind of good because all of our music that was in First Street Square has wrapped up, sadly, because I love doing that. We didn't miss one of them. And now that that's wrapped up on Friday night, the Salvation Army has a music showcase next Friday night.
Where is it?
The Salvation Army, it's that coffee shop, Inman Street coffee shop.
Oh, yeah.
Right down from the bistro.
So
Well,
they're going to
it's
have
not
like
the bistro
they're going to have
anymore.
live music in there.
They have live music now.
Oh.
Regularly. They do all kinds of stuff in there. They have classes. I mean, you wouldn't believe all the stuff going on in that building.
It seems busy each time I've passed by.
It's very busy. We've had them on the show before, and that's why I know a little bit about it. We need to have them back on. They do amazing things in our community, but they have always had live music in there at night. And sometimes you'll drive by at night and it's, what are all those people doing there? There are cars everywhere.
Yeah.
Because they know, I think they've got a calendar up. I know they do in the coffee shop, and they may have it online. You know, I'm not very technical, so I don't see it online so much.
Is it that all profits go towards the Salvation Army?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And they do so much, you can't believe it. They do sack pack. They do classes to teach people how to go on interviews and to pay their bills and to save their money, and I mean
Oh,
all
wow.
kinds of, I mean it's an amazing, we're so lucky to have that in Cleveland.
Yeah, and it makes me wonder if it's the only nonprofit coffee shop in town.
It may be the only nonprofit
Mm-hmm.
coffee shop, but they do sell their coffee to other coffee shops.
Oh, wow.
So they have their own blend, and forgive me if I'm saying any of this wrong, but this is what I believe it to be. They make their own blends, and for example, we had the Pulse. Have you been in the Pulse coffee shop?
No.
Okay, so that is over by the movies, Bradley Square Mall.
Okay.
And he does, and Lucy's all about this, that anime, Japanese cartoony stuff.
Yeah.
So that's out of my realm.
I don't do that.
But I really like the guy. So
Okay.
anyway, he,
I like coffee, not cartoons.
yes. So he does their coffee in his coffee shop. And I know other people do that as well, which also supports the Salvation Army.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Who knew?
I know, right? There's all
Yeah.
kinds of secret things going on in Cleveland, which is why people so thankfully listen to the Bradley Beat, because they can learn all kinds of event information and company information, because that's what we strive to do, is keep everybody informed.
Do you know much about the AMC workshop? The details of that, or the camp?
I know it's a 2-day camp with kids, and it's all animated.
Oh, okay. That's really neat.
So anyway, we can look that up on AMC if you're interested in your kids. It's supposed to be a camp where the kids can be inside on these hot days.
That's a good idea. And if you're looking for something inexpensive to do during the summertime, I highly recommend going out there to the movie theater there at Exit 20.
Oh,
the
you go to
AMC.
Exit 20? That's
That's
not
where we do.
AMC. That's
That's
United or something else.
UMC.
UMC.
There's too many acronyms.
Yeah.
Too many initials. But that's a good one to go on Tuesdays because all day long they have new release movies for $5 and you get a bag of popcorn.
Well, and see, that's the good deal
great.
because I have a group. We go to the movie every Tuesday, but we go to the one at the mall.
Is that $5 too?
It's, I think, $5.50, but they don't give you free popcorn.
Okay.
So
Let me rephrase that. It's $6 this year.
okay.
Inflation.
It used to be $5, and so
Yeah.
did the one at the mall. But we went and saw Mission Impossible, and before that we saw Indiana Jones, and before that we saw a comedy. So we go every Tuesday. We saw Rob
good.
Alderman there last week, which was funny. We had gone to see one of the funny ones. Not Indiana Jones, it was the funny one. So anyway, it's fun. We love to go.
Oh, yeah.
We generally go to the 6 o'clock and we eat popcorn for dinner. We're
That's
on
perfect.
popcorn diet Tuesday.
Who could complain for that, right?
So one of the things going on in Chattanooga that's a lot of fun that we're kind of branching out into Cleveland is the Chattanooga Ski Club. Have you ever heard of
Is it
that?
water skiing?
No, it's actually more than snow skiing. They do all kinds of other events. So we're going to learn about that today because anybody can get involved. It's not specifically for people only in Chattanooga. In fact, the president of the Chattanooga Ski Club, it's kind of a tongue twister for me, is a Clevelander,
Who?
Ashley Ownby.
Is he here today?
He's going to be here today. So anyway, we're going to talk with Ashley Ownby about the Chattanooga Ski Club when we come back.
That sounds great.
Yeah, so let's come right back with us to the Bradley Beat and meet Ashley Ownby with the Chattanooga Ski Club. See you in a minute. And we're back with Ashley Ownby, famous attorney at law in Cleveland, Tennessee.
Local
Also-
attorney at law. Local attorney at law.
Also, actor extraordinaire, which we'll talk about later, and president of Chattanooga Ski Club.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Listen, I want to thank you all for being here. Now, I noticed, and I've seen part of your shows for years, you all need something. You're missing something, okay? So I would like to, at this time, give both of you the
Ooh.
Fashion de Rigor Chattanooga Ski Club
Nice.
baseball cap.
Hey.
So you get to decide which one gets which color, but anyway.
Decide. No, you decide. You're the one with all the Boy Scout activities, so you pick which one goes with your suit better. Because I'll wear either one. It doesn't
Okay,
matter.
I'll pick this one.
All right.
Anyway, you just
Thanks.
can't be around unless you have if you do not have a Chattanooga Ski Club hat. And anyway, it's the de rigor
How's
now.
this?
I think it's the bomb. I think it's a total bomb. Okay.
Well, tell us about it because I know that that club has been in existence for a long time.
Yes, it's been in existence for over 50 years.
Wow.
There was a group of people that got into snow skiing many years ago, and they were mostly TVA people. And they started doing and getting together and going on trips. And I think initially their trips were like maybe to North Carolina. But today, when the Chattanooga Ski Club takes a trip, 9.9 times out of 10 it's out west. It's in California, Idaho, Washington, Colorado, all those areas. And then once a year, we always take a trip to Europe. And that's sort of how my wife and we've seen a lot of Europe through the Chattanooga Ski Club.
How fun to go with a bunch of friends.
With friends, that's
Right.
exactly right. We got 30 or 40 friends catting around to Austria, and we were just in, earlier this year, Scotland. And it was just a hoot. It was just a hoot beyond a hoot. It's really a good group, and everybody knows everybody.
And it's a great way to travel.
A wonderful way to travel. It's there's expense, and you're traveling with your friends, and everything sort of, you just have to pack your bags, be at the airport, and we take it from there.
Off you go. How much fun. And you guys don't only ski, though.
Oh,
For
no,
people that don't snow ski or are afraid they'll get broken.
Right.
I don't ski much anymore. I might ski, but not as much as maybe at one time.
Well, that's the thing. I think that the ski club has two parts. One part is a social aspect. We have meetings every month. We meet, we discuss, we have like a get-together hour. And then every month we have a couple of activities. It may be going to the Barter Theater. It may be taking a hike. It may be spending overnight camping. It may be going to Hiawassee. It's just a variety of things. There's generally a thing or two going on each month. Then also we have the ski trips that always occur from between December to about March every winter. So it's basically a two-part.
Well, I want to also say that you do not have to be a couple to be involved.
No.
That if you are not married, Ashley, of course, is happily married, and so he's referring to things as we. So,
We.
but if you are not married, or if you're not happily married, and you want to go on a trip
To get away?
to get away, you can still participate in any of these trips.
Kathy, there are happily married people that go on these trips all the time. They're not all unhappy. But yes, that's we have, and the dues are basically, they're minimal. It's $35 a year for a single person, and you've got an entire family of whatever, then it's 45. So we have to bump it up a little bit. But
Yeah.
it's a great idea. And of course, whenever we go on a ski trip, skiing can get expensive, but we're able to get spiffs as far as airfare, also as far as ski rentals. We have
Group rates.
group rates.
Oh, that makes sense.
And so it's the only way really to ski, I think. And just doing it by yourself, it's a little pricey, and it's just so much fun going with other
Well,
people.
it's fun because when you're ready to take a break, there's always somebody to have hot cocoa with in the lodge.
Hot
Yes.
cocoa is, and this is the deep chocolate hot cocoa, not just
Yeah,
regular
nice.
cocoa. We're deep chocolate. Yes.
With whipped cream.
Yes. Well, it's right, and it's like at the end of the day, coming in and socializing, getting together. There's always something other, meeting folks at the bar. It's just a wonderful get together, and we just had some of the best experiences doing that through the
Now,
years.
you guys also do cycling.
We
Some
do cycling.
state cycling.
We have cycling through the club, but basically my wife and I do cycling. That's what we try to do to keep ourselves together. My wife, with her knees, that's the best thing that she can do. So yes. We're into trying to be as active
And
as we
other
can.
things, what are some of the other things besides skiing and cycling? Didn't you guys do rafting or no?
Oh yes, and that's through the club too. We have a couple of trips a year down the Hiawassee. We always go down the Hiawassee, and my wife is just a river rat. So if there's any way to go down the river, she always goes down the river. She says, "Come along," and she'll drag me, and sometimes I can get out of it, but most times I have to go.
Well, your wife, who we know
Yes.
is amazing
Oh, she
and
is.
so fit and so fun. So anytime anybody gets to go on a trip with you guys, it's going to be great.
She is, and I have these scars and bruises to prove it. Yes.
Your mother maybe mentioned that.
My mother did. Yes. She did. She used to say that Pat may be a little bit sort of rough for me because I had soft bones.
That's right.
I can't believe you remembered that. But anyway.
I do. So another thing that's going on with Ashley is he's involved in the library play coming up in August. And for those of you that haven't seen Ashley act, he is an amazing actor. So
He does it well.
He does
Yeah,
it
well,
well.
if I'm
Sissy is
amazing, we're
also
all in
it.
trouble, yeah.
No,
And
he's
Kathy is
amazing.
also in it.
And it's Murder of the Mystery Detective, August 11th. So please get your tickets now because they are selling fast. VIP tickets are only $80 a couple, and that includes food and drinks and a cast party. It's a lot of fun. So please get your tickets for the Murder of the Mystery Detective, August 11th.
One of the things about the detective, you said people have seen me. It's been 43 years since I've been on a stage, so it's.
Tell Sissy how you got involved with being on the stage.
Many years ago, when dinosaurs roamed the earth, at Bradley Central High School, I was sitting in the cafeteria one day eating, and it was in the fall, and I was thinking, what am I going to do? I was a senior. What am I going to be doing next year? Am I going to, and I had no plans for anything. And this lady came up to me and said, "Hi," introduced herself and said, "I'm doing a play. I would like for you to be in a play." And this was the entire cafeteria, and supposedly she had scoped it out, and she was looking for the lead in a musical she was doing. And so she said, "I'd like for you to try out." And I'd never done a musical. I'd been to church and sang. That was about it. And anyway, I did it, and it was Connie Gatlin. And it was funny, but after that, doing that, I sort of decided I needed to go to school. And so after the play, I signed up and I went to Carson Newman College, graduated from there. And during Carson Newman, I decided all my friends were going to law school. I said, well, maybe I need to go to law school.
You were hanging out with a rough crowd.
I was hanging out with a pretty rough crowd, yeah. They were into law school and I think marshmallows. But anyway, and they had soft bones too.
It comes with that territory.
It's with the territory. And so that's sort of what led me into the field that I've been doing for 37 years. So, yeah. So, anyway, and I hadn't been on the stage since college. And so, 43 years. So, it's good to get back on and see what it's like. Oh, it's going to be a hoot. It's going to be a hoot beyond a hoot.
So for those of you listening, we are on the Bradley Beat with Ashley Ownby as our guest today. Cleveland attorney extraordinaire, actor, and president of the Ski Club. And Sissy Figglestaller hosting with me today. We're so happy to have Sissy involved. She's always fun to have.
I enjoy it.
And Ashley, tell us more about the Ski Club. If people are listening and want to maybe find more information or see how to get involved, what would they do?
What you would do, I think the best place is to go online. We have a website, ChattanoogaSkiClub.com. You can get online and it'll go through. You'll see pictures of us all over the United States, also in Europe.
Pictures of y'all?
Skiing. I mean, just skiing and eating. Okay, we like to ski and eat. And you can see the pictures, you can find out all the information. And I just encourage you, we meet every month down in the Enclave, down in Chattanooga.
Now, where is the Enclave?
The Enclave is off of Hickson Pike. It is a housing area. They've got houses, but this is their guest or party room there. Oh. So we meet there once a month, and you could go to one of the get-togethers. And the great thing about skiing or being part of the ski club, you were talking about injuries earlier. Yeah, I've got the knee, I've got the shoulder, and they were wanting to do surgery on me in Austria. So you don't want to get hurt out of the country, all right? But you do. So, but that's part of it, and you have to get yourself together. So all year long, all the people with the ski club that ski, they all go in and they try to keep themselves together so they can ski. And it's just something, it's a great thing to keep you together, to keep you active, and also get you thinking about a goal that I got to get through the ski thing this year. I want to have a good time. I want to ski hard. I want to do this. I want to do that. So that's sort of what it's all about.
And Sissy, you ski and you take your boys skiing.
I did this past winter. We went skiing.
And everybody came back in one piece.
Everybody did. We took the Boy Scouts. And so they got there, and most of the kids had never skied before. And
had they seen snow? Or was that kind of a fun experience?
Maybe some of them had not. I'm trying to remember. Maybe some of the kids had not. But we got there early, and our person who was leading didn't sign up in time. Just thought that we just assumed, like he said, in years past you could get there and they would have an instructor there. But when we got there, they were all booked up until 1 o'clock.
Oh my!
So guess who had to teach the kids how to ski?
You did? Oh,
and
no.
I thought, it's been a long time since I've skied. But they were good.
Did you do the whole pizza?
I did. I was like, create the wedge, keep control of your poles. Don't whack anybody in the head.
Where did you guys go?
Gosh, it was in North Carolina, maybe just about a 3.5, 4 hour drive. And now it's like, I can't think of the name of it.
Probably
but it was
Beach Mountain.
Beach Mountain was exactly where we went.
Yes.
Of course he would know. He's the president of the
Well,
Chattanooga Ski Club.
One of the great things about our ski club, you say, well, I'm this age or I'm this old or whatever, and I don't know anything about skiing. That is absolutely no problem because we're a part of the Crescent Ski Council, which is a conglomeration of a lot of ski clubs in the area. And every year, first week in December, Steamboat Springs, they have, you spend a week, and it doesn't matter what scale you're on. You could be a 1, a 2, 3, 4, or a 10. They will take you and you ski and have lessons for a week. So.
And it's fun. Lessons are fun to me because
Oh, yeah.
I like to do a lesson
even though I probably shouldn't be in lessons. I like to do a lesson
Yes.
because you meet all these people.
You do.
And then when you start going down the mountains, you start seeing the people that you were in clinic with, and it's really fun.
One quick story, Steamboat, the ambassador for Steamboat is Billy Kidd. I don't know if you know him.
Billy the Kid?
Billy Kidd. Billy
Sounds
the Kid, that's
familiar.
what they called
I know
him.
him.
He was he skied in the World Cup, and one of the ladies from the club, he came and sat by her one time, and he just happened to be, she didn't know a lot about skiing, and he could tell. He brought out his silver medal from the Olympics and showed it to her. She was in there like this, and he said, and then he won I think he won a gold in a World Cup race in Europe.
Wow.
And he showed her, she was in there like that. We were all laughing. She didn't know him, or anyway, but Billy Kidd is an ambassador, and just little neat stuff like that. He's always talking skiing, and little things like that are fun.
That is fun. What about people who get involved and they say, I want to be a part of the ski club, but I don't want to ski?
Oh, Lord.
That was me. I signed up.
That sounds like a fun
Now
club.
that,
Oh.
now that Ashley's president, I'm going to have to re-sign up. I signed up my family, and then we never were able to do the trips. But I didn't mind signing up because I still liked getting all the newsletters
Right.
and all the information. And I guess all that kind of timed out. But now that
Ashley's involved, because everything was,
for me, everything was in Chattanooga or
even Georgia,
Right.
the meetings were
were in Georgia, and I didn't want to drive to Georgia by myself, so I didn't go.
but now,
That was during COVID. Yes.
Yes.
Well, that's the thing. We have a lot of folks that have skied, and they just don't want to ski anymore. Fantastic. We have things going on that they get involved. And our European trips, there's about maybe a little bit more than a third will ski. Everybody else just wants to see things. And like we're planning on not this year, but next year, or not in 24, but in 25, we're going to Finland.
that'll be fun.
And I hadn't decided whether I want to ski in Finland. I just want to see. I just want to
Yes.
see what's going on.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things.
That'll
So
be
yeah.
fun. That's kind of like Liza's wedding.
Yes, exactly
So
like your daughter's
you know
wedding.
this. So my daughter's getting married in Italy,
And she's told me that we're less than 6 weeks out.
and we have a lot of people from Cleveland going,
And it's kind of fun hearing, because we'll have occasional gatherings where everybody comes over and they'll say, well, we're going to be in Rome at this time.
we're going to be in Venice at this time, and they're all connecting their trips.
Yeah.
And it's really a fun thing. I mean, what Liza has done is put out a schedule on her, I don't know, bridal page. To be honest, I haven't been on it. I have no clue what it
I
says.
haven't either, but I'm sure it's good.
But I've heard that there's a schedule on it, and it'll say, this date we're doing this. This date is Cinque Terre. This day is, whatever. And so everybody going can choose to go with the group or not go with the group, or when the group goes, if they're already there, join in the group.
That's so nice.
And it's going to be so fun.
It's laid back. You're invited. You're included. But if you want to do your own
You
thing, that's
can.
okay too.
Yeah. So
Anyway, it sounds kind of
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
but I'm not doing. She's rented an Airbnb for all of the bridal party, which I think there are 6 groomsmen and 6 bridesmaids, and of course their significant others and all of this. So there's like the young people group, and then the my parents group.
Which
The old you know what, yeah.
We have a schedule planned for that group. So it's fun for the guests because they can choose to go with whichever group, whatever they're doing that appeals to them,
Yeah, that's awesome.
which is kind of like your thing.
Exactly.
That's a nice
exactly.
laid back. You get your dose of being with people, and if you want to do something on your own, no offense, no harm.
Yeah, nobody cares
Yeah.
what you're doing, but you have the opportunity to do that. Everybody's chosen their own places to stay. So it's fun because the people that have gotten, my friend Dana and Chuck have gotten a flat, they've told me. So we'll be doing a wine and cheese in their flat one day, and then somebody else's VRBO the next day. And so it's kind of fun. There's a different thing going on every day.
Now,
Oh.
Ashley, who plans the trips? Is it a small subcommittee?
We have generally a board of directors of the ski club, and we say, well, they plan the trips, or we plan the trips. We say we're going this here, and it's based upon 50 years of going these places, where people like to go, where people like to be. Now, our European trips is just, well, where haven't we been? And I don't know if it's but my wife the other day said, I am so tired of going to Austria. She said, and I, of course, saying, well, I feel the same way about Switzerland. She said, I do too. And I'm just like, we have been there several times. And we,
Gosh, there's so many places to go.
oh,
Stop
it's just
going there.
amazing. It's just amazing. And you can't get tired of Austria. You can't get tired of Switzerland. You just can't. And anyway, but going to Finland, we've been to Norway. We've been to...
You guys have done Ireland.
We've done Ireland, we've done Scotland, and we haven't skied there. That we generally take a week for skiing, then we take a week of side trips, just going to some place we hadn't been, just to view things. That's what we did in
You guys
Scotland.
need to go to that place we went skiing. That's the Tail of the Dragon. I can't think of what it's on the border.
Of
Can't remember. We'll have to ask Paulo. But
it's in Italy.
It's in
Yeah.
It's in Italy, and people come from all over the world to take their bikes and their fancy cars to go. And one day our hotel balcony stuck out, and I could see the Tail of the Dragon. It's like some ungodly amount of hairpin turns to get up there. And people take the bikes, but generally the bikes have two people on it, the husband and the wife. And I've never seen so many people. So because it's such a tight hairpin turn,
Right.
the bike turns over because they have to go so slow.
Ooh.
And I sat there one day, because I didn't ski one day, and watched with my hot toddy all the bikes turn over. I mean, it was really entertaining. And they had a Ferrari. They have a parade of Ferraris every different year and the different colors that go on that Tail of the Dragon or whatever it's called.
Well, I think Ferrari used to be a tractor manufacturer and you got into cars. But yes, and when we were in northern Italy, there's a thing called the Sella Ronda. And I just never seen anything like it. You just get on the lift, and it's 47-mile circle around this area. You just get on about 8 o'clock, and you just ski, you ski, you ski. We got a little bite, and then just skied. And about 5 or 6 o'clock, we were beat and back at home. But it was just so much fun. And they've got so many neat things like that in the Italian towns, or just any town that. And they've been skiing since skiing got started. So.
We did that in the summer. And
Yes.
It was us and the Finnish ski team.
Yes.
But anyway, we are about out of time, and we thank you so much for joining us on the Bradley Beat. And we'll look forward to seeing you and having another fun guest next week. So come on back and see us at the Bradley Beat.
Thank you, ladies.
Thanks.